Good evening, YouTube. Austin Trench coming at you with another Toku Toy review. Today I am covering the Neca Fight at the Docks Gipsy Danger figure. This thing stands at roughly 8 inches tall, holds both a ship container, 2 hands for grabbing, and a special one, a sword arm. Let's take a look at Gipsy Danger. Alright, let's talk about the detail and shape. The shape is absolutely great. It really captures the movie's likeness of it, but I do have a complaint about the eye painting. You see the vision glasses, so to speak, the visor, isn't really that well painted, and it looks absolutely dull when you see it in the light. At least in the original one, which I will get to later, actually had more depth to it and it actually stood out. Here it looks like it can fade under the light. But other than that, it's absolutely fantastic how much they got right with it. I love the sort of withered, sort of metal look they got to it. Like, it's been burned, it's been charred, it's got some battle damage to it, and it's got little detail like here, like all the parts of metal that have been bolted on and such. It really brings out the figure to what it meant in the movie. Posability is also what this thing aces at. It is a bit limited, but so far it's 10 times better than the original one, which I will get to after this as well. So it actually does have a lot of a range of movement. You can do this with it. You can make it do that right there. It doesn't come with the ability that gives it the rocket punch. That's for the Ultimate Edition, which I may not get. I don't really know. I don't really care. But it's got a really good posability in the legs, which they fixed from the original. And except for this part right here, it's loose for some reason. I don't know why, but whatever. And it has good motion in the legs. One thing I do have a problem with is right here. In this area where it bends down, it sometimes goes out of place and it takes a lot of force to move it, but you know, it's a solid for that one, and I really give it credit to Neca because they knew a lot of fans do stop motion with this, as well as try to use expensive sort of battle stance poses, that homemade sets and all that stuff, but so far it has great effort. Alright, as I said before, I was going to compare these two figures, and here they are. As you can see, the new Neca figure is 10 times better, and the other one is good, but it feels dated. What I mean by that is it feels cheap when you look at that one. Now, I'm not saying that the original one is bad. It's a good start to a great figure line, but you can't ignore the flaws with it. Luckily, they improved that on this figure, but I felt when they improved it, they took a couple details off of it, such as these right here. You see right here in the core area, it has more depth and a better range of shading within there, which you can probably fix with custom work on this one. It feels too bright in this part, and it feels like it's meant for another scene. Also, the eyes here are very well done. They really make the figure pop out, as the eyes here does not work, because it just makes it look so dull, and it doesn't really have anything special to it. But yeah, like as you can see, it's like an inch higher than it, and it does have more detail, but in terms of paint, I think the original one has a lot better detail to it because you can see more going on with it than this one. It still has an incredible sculpt than this one, but still it's lacking in the paint department. Okay, so I bet you all are curious, how does it compare with other toys released from Neca? Well, you got some good news and some bad news. Good news is it scales up nicely with other characters from the toy line. Bad news? It's too big for the new legendary Godzilla. Yes, I know, it's a bad sign when you can't play with these figures together, but you know what? They're their own things and they're meant to be separate. I wish he was in scale with the Pacific Rim figures, but that's a review for another time. In terms of accessories, he comes with a variety of ones, including 2 hands for stance poses in case you want to do super cool sumo poses, a long ship in case you want to do some awesome baseball poses, and an arm blade when he has to destroy Bumblebee and Mark Wahlberg. So yeah, all these accessories are pretty cool. They help recapture the feeling of watching the movie, and you, as a consumer, can recreate some of the classic battle scenes, or simply use them in stop-motion videos. So yeah, that was my review of the Neca Gipsy Danger from Pacific Rim, version 2. It has some flaws, but overall it's a tremendous improvement over the last one. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. So what did you think of this toy? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Please leave a message in the comment below. And with that said, that's all the time I have for today. Please remember to like, comment, of course, and subscribe.